Dear Diary, I used to think that when someone leaves, really leaves, you'd know it by the way the world shifts, like a loud slam, a final door closing, a clean break. I imagined grief to be explosive, raw, and undeniable. But that's not how it happened. That's not how she left. When she left, the silence came first. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't thunderous. It was quiet, too quiet. Like the house had lost its rhythm, its breath, even the walls, the floor, the familiar hum of the fridge. Everything felt like it was holding its breath with me. The morning after, I still made coffee. 2 cups. Not because I forgot, not because I was pretending, just habit. My hands moved automatically, scooping the grounds, pouring the water, setting her favorite mug next to mine, the same mug with the little chip on the rim she never minded. And then I just stood there, watching the steam rise from the 2 cups, mine and hers, one for the person still standing, one for the space that felt impossibly empty. I didn't cry, not then. I just stared. It wasn't sadness yet. It was disbelief. Like maybe she'd walk into the kitchen any minute. Like maybe I'd hear her soft footsteps on the hallway floor humming that half-forgotten tune she always sang in the mornings. But no sound came. The other cup stayed full, untouched, like a quiet witness to a life that had moved on without asking permission. And that's when I realized grief doesn't always knock down the door. Sometimes it just slips in through the cracks. Sometimes it sits beside you, silent, in the place where a person used to be. That morning, I didn't drink my coffee right away. I couldn't. I just kept looking at hers. And in that stillness, in that strange, in-between moment, I think I finally understood what loss really is. It's not the explosion. It's the quiet that follows. She was always the one who reminded me to eat. Even on days I claimed I wasn't hungry, she'd slide a plate in front of me anyway, something warm, simple, familiar. A grilled cheese or soup she'd made from scratch with whatever we had left in the fridge. And she'd sit across from me, hands wrapped around her mug, not saying much, just watching me take that first bite like it mattered, like I mattered. She used to laugh at my jokes before I even finished them. Not because they were good, they usually weren't, but because she already knew the punchline. We'd been telling each other the same stories for years, yet somehow it never got old. Her laugh always came early, soft and sincere, like a song that played only for us. And when she folded laundry, oh, how she folded. It was like watching someone perform a ritual. Slow, intentional. She'd hum while matching socks the same quiet tune every time, like each shirt, each towel had lived a little life and deserved to be treated with care. I used to tease her for it. I used to say, "You treat socks better than some people treat their cars." She'd just smile and keep folding. Now, the silence is louder than anything I've ever heard. It follows me around, like a shadow I can't step out of. In the kitchen, where her favorite mug still sits. In the car, where her voice used to fill the space between traffic reports and my grumbling about red lights. Even in the grocery store, especially there, where I find myself reaching for the ripest peaches because she always did. And then I remember, and I freeze. And sometimes I have to leave the cart right there and walk out. Some days, I manage. I do the dishes. I answer calls. I even laugh. Not the deep kind, but enough to make it through. Other days, I fall apart over something small, a misplaced receipt, a half-used bottle of her shampoo, a song that comes on the radio that I didn't expect. There's no calendar for this, no guidebook, no checklist. Grief doesn't follow rules. It shows up when it wants. It lingers in corners you thought were safe. So now I breathe, sometimes shakily, sometimes slowly, but I do it. One breath, one quiet hour, one long, ordinary day at a time. And in those breaths, I hold her, not in the loud, dramatic ways you see in movies, but in the soft, invisible places where love still lives. I'm still learning how to breathe again, without her. Not perfectly, not all the time. Some days the air feels thick, like I'm swimming through memories just to make it to lunchtime. Other days I move easier, as if the grief is a little quieter, sitting beside me rather than on top of me. But I've come to learn that healing isn't a straight line. It's not a staircase. It's more like a tide, in and out, gentle and rough all at once. But yesterday I walked past her favorite bench and didn't cry. I sat for a while, watched the world go by. A dog barked, a little boy pointed at a squirrel. And for a moment, I smiled, not the big, loud kind of smile, just a small one. Quiet, the kind that feels like a truce with the pain. Today I open the window, let the breeze roll through the house the way she used to do in springtime. The curtains fluttered the way they always did, like her spirit had found a way to move through the room with me. I took a deep breath, the kind that fills your chest and almost feels like peace. And tonight I'm writing this, not because the ache is gone, not because I've moved on, but because I want to remember that I'm still here, still missing her, still broken in places, still not sure how to be in a world that doesn't include her laugh, but still here. And maybe that's enough for now. If you've ever lost someone, truly lost them, you know this kind of quiet, the way grief sits beside your morning coffee, the way it tucks itself into songs on the radio or smells in the hallway. I hope wherever you are, you're breathing too. Even if it's shaky, even if it's slow, even if today the best you could do was get out of bed and drink a glass of water. That counts. You count. And if no one's told you lately, you're doing okay. Really. With love, me.